Yeah, good evening. Yes, we are starting uh, our training on PowerPoint. So, what is PowerPoint? Before we proceed, I don't know how fast I can be. I wish to do this training for just 3 days. Then, on the fourth day, we will do a simple project and present it right here so that we can all learn and probably share, have a correction and some other things to do. And if I can't, it might span the whole 4 days because there is so much we have to learn in this 4 days training. And if possible, we can also extend it further than this. So, what is PowerPoint? Okay, before I proceed on PowerPoint, let me share with us what I hope to achieve today during this training. The introductory aspect of PowerPoint. What are the basic getting started with PowerPoint, like learning about slides, text, the basic of text, applying themes, inserting images, applying transition, checking our spelling, presenting a slideshow, and saving as well as printing. That is what I hope to achieve today. Then tomorrow we'll proceed to common tasks in PowerPoint like modifying lists, indents and line spacing, word art and shapes, modifying themes, formatting pictures, arranging objects, animating text and objects, inserting video and inserting audio. That's what I try to achieve tomorrow. And on Wednesday, doing more with PowerPoint, smart art illustration, hyperlinks and action button, working with tables, working with charts, reviewing presentation, then advanced presentation option. Then we'll try slide master. I hope to achieve all this, and if I can't, we can always learn further. You can chat me up after the training if you need any additional help, or if you have any project you want me to help you with, or you want us to work on together. I'm available anytime. So now let's proceed. Introduction. What is PowerPoint? PowerPoint is a presentation software. There are many software for presentation, but PowerPoint seems to be the most popular of it. So it's a presentation software that allows you to create a dynamic slide that can include animation, that can also include narration, images and videos. So you can narrate through it, you can use it to present whatever you want to present. Just like the person who introduced herself earlier, she works in a pharmaceutical company. Now she might decide that she wants to start presenting about her product. She can use PowerPoint to do that. Likewise, every one of us can do same. So that is about the definition of PowerPoint. Now let's proceed further. Now, navigating through PowerPoint. Now, how do we navigate through PowerPoint? Here is a PowerPoint window. As we can see, from what I said earlier, I'm expecting us to have minimum of Microsoft Office 2010 on our system or installed on our system. Any PowerPoint or any Office below 2010, you will not have all the features that is required. So from 2010 upward, we can always have more features, even though what I'm using currently is a higher version. But from 2010 you can always use it. So if you have 2010, 2016, 2019, all well and good. So now let's quickly go. This is a PowerPoint window. The first place we'll learn about, we'll talk about our ribbon. Where's our ribbon? This place I'm hovering over is called ribbon. Now, as you can see, this ribbon contains from icons that are grouped. Now, under it, you will see a menu bar on top of it. Now, look at it. File. If you click on File, it will take you to the backstage. This is the backstage preview of what we are talking about. Now, in 2007, you cannot find backstage preview, but it started from 2010 upward. Now, look at home key. Under the home key, you have groups, you have the clipboard, you have slides, fonts, paragraphs, drawing, editing, voice, and designer. Now, this designer is available for those that have Office 365. It may not be available if you are using maybe just 2019. Now, let's click on Insert. If you see in Insert, there are so many things to insert here, like your new slide, table, picture, screenshots. You can screenshot your screen and also insert it. Your photo album, shapes, icon, like that. Now, all you need to do, whatever you have, just open your system and start going through so that you can be familiarize yourself with where each icon is placed. Draw. That's if you want to draw. Design. Yeah, this is what we are coming to. Transition, animation, slideshow, recording, review, view, and help. This is a PowerPoint window. Now, going further, we have the slide. Each page of PowerPoint is called a slide. Now, this is a slide. So let's proceed further so that I will not waste much of our time. Now, working with PowerPoint. As you can see, I've explained the ribbon earlier. Now, you can decide to customize your ribbon. I'm not going to spend time on that, but I document it in the notes that I created. I'm not going to. In the ribbon, you can create a group that you want as probably a tool that you want for yourself to appear on the menu bar on top of the ribbon. So let me just shift and move further. Now, the quick access toolbar. Quick access toolbar appears somewhere here. Here you will see save button. The title is here. In other lower version, you are going to have something like undo and redo. You're going to have other thing you can access. That's the quick access toolbar. Now let's proceed further in that. Then talk about the backstage. Now this is the back. If I click on file, this is the backstage view. What's the backstage view and what does it stand for? Now it gives you various options for saving, for opening, for printing, and for sharing your presentation. Now, if I want to open a new, I can just click on here to open a new. I can open a saved one. I can get further information from here. I can save. This is backstage preview or backstage view. Now, let's proceed further. So now, if I want to open a blank presentation, what do? I'm having a blank one. If I want to open a blank presentation, all I need to do is come here and click on new. As you can see, there is a blank presentation. I want to believe that you can see my mouse hovering. So just click on it. Automatically, it's open a blank presentation right there on the screen. Now, because I am using Office 365 and I'm connected to the internet. Now, it's giving me options at the other side. You may not have this option if you are using the lower, maybe you are using 2016 download, you may not have this option. Now if you have 365, yes, look at it, it's giving me option to use any design of my choice, but for now I'm not using any design yet. You can see this can go a long way to make your work easier, but even if you don't have this, don't worry, we are still we are learning together. Now let's proceed further. Now to open an existing, how do you open an existing? I'm sure most of us can do that. To open an existing, what do? Let's click on open. Now I have a lot of files open here, some previously opened file. If you see anyone here, you can just click on it and open it, or browse through your system and see. I have so many things, so many areas I can open from. I can go through my system. Okay, I have a flash attached. Okay, let me go through my flash and open a particular PowerPoint. Okay, now if I start to open this is a particular presentation that has been designed or saved on the system. So to create a fresh PowerPoint and to open a new one, this knowledge can be applied to in as many applications as you are working on. Let's proceed further. Now there's what we call compatibility mode. Compatibility mode is if you have a file that has been saved in a previous, maybe from 2007 downward Office. If you open it in the current version, maybe from 2010 upward, it's going to show you what they call compatibility mode. Unfortunately, I don't have any file on this system that is saved in a previous version. But in case you open a file and it's showing compatibility mode, now what you need to understand about document with compatibility mode, they are always heavier. So what do? You can decide to upgrade that particular file. Just come into this place, click on open. Now in this place, if you have a file that is having compatibility mode, you can upgrade it from here. But so since I don't have a file of such, it's not opening here, it's not appearing, so I can't do that here. Now let's proceed further. So let's proceed further. Now, from what I've said earlier, any file that is having compatibility mode at the top, all you need to do is just convert it to the current version. Now let's continue to the next one, which is called slides. The basics of slide. Now, what is a slide? Now, slide refers to individual pages, just like your Microsoft Word, for instance. You have page. Each page of a PowerPoint is called slide. Now, a slide can include text, can include image, can include video, can include animation, can include table, can include charts. Now, all features that you need to produce a professional looking presentation, all is embedded in a slide. So as you have here, look at this slide I'm having here. This is talking about animal rescue. Now there is an image of a dog. This is the title and other information. Now you can see at the left hand side there are other slides that are here. Now anyone can create this. Don't worry, at the end of this lesson, at the end of this training, you'll be able to create a powerful presentation which you can always use however you want it. Now, let's go. If I click on home, there is a portion here which is called slides. Now let me click on this place. Here you are going to have layouts. This is the layout of this slide. Now you can look at this. This is a title layout. This is title and content section, to content comparison, title only. I have multiple presentation that is open on this thing. Now look at this. Other layout that we have is here. Now let me open another presentation that is open right here for us to have a look at this. Now this is another a particular thing that I opened. Now look at this. Each of these, they are all unique. As you can see, you can create this as well. Let me open another one for us. This is another one. All these are all different ways you can. Now, yours is supposed to be unique. Now, let's proceed further. As I said earlier, slide contains what they call placeholder. Now, let me go back to a blank slide. Now, here is a blank slide. Now, look at this. This that you can see here is called a placeholder. A placeholder can contain text, image, video, audio. Now look at this. A placeholder, this is text only placeholder. I can try to type in it. Maybe my first presentation. Now this is a placeholder for text. If I want, okay, let's assume this is not what I wanted. I wanted another one that can suit my purpose. I can just come here and pick on it. Look at this. Now look at this. This one can contain both tables, charts, image. If you need anyone, just click on it. Okay, this one wants stock image or a video. Just click on it. It will open a file with which you are going to. So now this particular placeholder is a placeholder for multiple media, like multimedia kind of audio, video, chart, clip art, video, pictures, objects, and other items. Like now, if I click on this icon, you want to insert any icon of your choice, you can just click on it. So it's going to download icon for me from the internet, and I can just insert the icon as I want it. Now let's say I want this. It's an icon. I can just insert it into this particular placeholder. Definitely you can see the icon. Now let me explain this. This is a placeholder for a multimedia, and I have decided to include this particular icon for a stopwatch. Now look at this. There are circles that surround this. Now this circle is called sizing handles. You can see them. Sizing handle. These are sizing handle. You can use it to resize your object. If you want to turn it, you can use this to turn it. Now if I want to make it larger, I can just come to the edge. I can come to the edge and drag it to make it larger or make it smaller. Now you need to understand that if you want to edit your image at this side, if you are going to do it at this side, this is what will happen. So you have to be very careful of how you adjust your image or your pictures. So if I do this, I want to be elongated, it might not be uniform. So all this, you have to put them into consideration while working on your slides. So If you want to insert a new slide, just come here and click on new slides. As you can see, as I click on this portion, as I'm hovering over it, I click on a new slide. If you want to change layout of your slide, you can just come here and click on it. It changes layout how you want it, multiple ways by which you want it. And if peradventure you don't want a particular placeholder, just come to the edge of it and click on it and click on the delete button. It goes off. Now if you want to add additional text and it's not here, what do? You can just click on your insert, locate a text box, click on a text box and draw it a text box here. When you click on a text box, you can type inside a text box as you want it. That is that about slides. Let's continue further. Now we can customize our slide. You can change the layout of our slide as I've showed us. Now let's continue in that aspect. Now I have shown us how to delete a placeholder, how to add a text box. That is that about that. Now let's continue further. If you want to use a blank slide, let's say you just want the slide to be blank, you don't want anything, you want to decide on what you want, just come here, click on a blank slide. Now you can see the slide is blank. You can add anything you want to this into this slide, either picture, image, or anything. This is a blank. Now this one gives you the liberty to do whatever you want with this. Now I want to insert a stock image into this. I can just come here and click on picture. Now look at this image from this device, a stock image or online pictures. I can just come here, search for an online picture and insert it as I wanted. Let's assume I want to insert birds. I search for birds and this is my preferred one. I click on it and I insert it. So it's currently downloading. Now you can see the bird is already inserted. If I want to do anything further, if I want to do further editing on this, I want it to, it's too big, I want it to be smaller, I can just come to the side and make it smaller. I can do further editing on this if I want, but let's not waste our time on this. Let's continue further on this. Now you can copy and paste a slide. How do you copy and paste a slide? You can just come here on the particular slide, just click on Ctrl C. You can just come after the and press Ctrl V. Oh, sorry. It only click on the image. Let me delete the image off. Now I can try to click on this particular slide. Just right click on it. Now you can duplicate slide. You can copy the slide. You reuse a particular slide. Look at it. You can insert a new slide. You can duplicate. You can delete, and you can equally add a section. Now when we get to that, we are going to learn further about adding section. Maybe you are presenting, we learn further about adding section. Let's continue further. Now the other things we need to learn. Let me open a. Now what you need to understand also concerning views. Here's another. Now we need to learn about views. Look at this. This is, if you come down here, as I'm looking at it, you will see this is called a normal view. Here is called slide sorter. Now you want to sort your slide. This slide, let's assume you want to rearrange your slide. You can just come here and click on slide sorter view. Now you can decide to pick, let's say from here I have slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want slide 4 to be in slide 2. I can just come on the slide 4, hold it down, and you can see I've picked it. I can start to drag it to the slide 2. So I have rearranged. That's what we call a slide sorter view. You can see it right here. You can also come to view. It's also here. Another one is called reading. This is reading. Now in this reading portion, you have access to move from one slide to another. You can see at this portion here, you can move from one slide to the other from this portion. Now you can also come again to what they call presentation view. This is presentation, where you present to the audience whatever you are presenting to the audience. Now let me click out. Now if you come here, if you click on view in your menu bar, you click on view. In presentation view, you will see normal view here, outline view. This is where it shows outline of all your work, how it is done. You can see the outline, the title, the subtitle, and all those things are there. The slide sorter view, the note pages. Now here, you want to add notes to your slides. You want to present, and for those that are presenting, you need something to guide you while you are presenting. You want to add notes. That's while you are presenting, you want something to be able to read out something for yourself, to help you or to remind you of something. You can just type here. You can see, you can type it. Now while you are presenting, this note will be available to you, but will not be available to your audience. You can see there's another we call slide master. Now this slide master is where you do the default design, how you want your slide to appear, or how you want each layout to appear. This is where you design it. It's done at the slide master view. So let me close the slide master view. Let's go back to the view and note master. So that is that. Let me go back to the normal view. So okay, we'll talk about our normal view, which is the default view. This is our normal view, the default view of your PowerPoint presentation. Then you have the slide sorter view. Now the slide sorter view, as I explained earlier, this is slide sorter, where you rearrange your slide how you want it to appear. In case the one you have, you are not satisfied with it, the slide sorter view, it arrange it on your screen as we can see it here. Then let's go the reading view, as I said earlier, where you have access to your screen, and you can also move from one slide to another. Then your presentation view, this is where it appears. So that is that. Let's proceed further. So okay, now let's assume you want to organize your slide. You want to do a presentation, and you want to organize your slide. You can add what they call section. Now let's say I want to add a section. I have added a section here, and as you can see, it shows untitled section. Now let me give you the title. I can just say wellness. Wellness is the title of the initial section. Now as you can see, I have added a section here which is called wellness. Every other slide here in this left hand side is under wellness. Now I need to add another section. I can just come in here. As you can see, I can just come in here again and add another section here, which is, maybe I can just say wellness program. Wellness program. Now what this does is that Now you can see this wellness program is having all these other slides underneath it. Now if I click on this small call out arrow, it will compress it. Now this is useful to you if at the time you want to do a presentation, you can just arrange into sections and say, okay, I want to present only this section. You can come further again and add another section as much as you want it. Click on here. You can add another section here. Okay, I can just say, okay, weight seminar, for instance, based on our topic here. Weight seminars. So this is done. I have section, and if you want to remove all the section, just come in here, remove all sections. You can remove all the section. That is that about that. So let's continue further. I already talked about adding notes to our slides. You can add notes to your slide. Just go to your view, click on note page. So in this particular, let's say you have further information, just come in here and type further information that you want to have it here. So it's already done. So that is that. Let's go to the third topic for today. Now we talk about text. We want to talk about text basics. That's what we want to talk about right now. Now, text basic. Now, it is important to know how to perform basic tasks with text when working in PowerPoint. So if you are new, for instance, some of us might not be new. If you are new to PowerPoint, you need to learn basic working with text. So you can add and arrange text on your slide. You will need to know how to insert, how to delete, how to format, and how to use text boxes. Now, this is the slide that I have. I have a total of 8 slides in this presentation, which talks about a question. Now, let's proceed further. Assuming I want to add a text. Look at this. This is a placeholder for a title placeholder for text. I can just click in here and just type question 1, for instance. This slide is about question and answer, maybe quiz. It's a quiz. I just say question 1. Now, what was the question? Why did colonists fight the British? That is the question here. Now, clicking another placeholder here, this is another placeholder for another text. Let's assume I need further, I can just come in here again, come into this home and say, okay, I want to change the layout of this. You can just come in here and click on this. This layout here can always include image as you want it. Now you can come in here also and add further layouts to help you. If you have an illustration you want to add to this, you can just click on here and add illustration to this, as I've explained in the previous. Now there's another thing I need to explain. Now if you click here, you can see this. This is called insertion point. The point at which you insert your text is called insertion point, where you type. So you type directly at the insertion point. Now some placeholder automatically format your text in a bulleted list. Like this now is already having a bullet list. So let's say if I click on enter, now you can see there's already a bullet. You can customize the bullet if you want it, and you can leave it as well. You can delete a text. How do you delete a text? You can just come in here and type your backspace. You automatically delete the text by your backspace. You can highlight that particular, double click on the text and click on delete. I don't need to explain further on that. Some of us already know that. So how do you select a text? You can just come in to the insertion point, put your cursor there, and if you can use combination of key on your keyboard, you can do that. Your shift, control plus shift, your arrow key, you can do that. Copy, you can paste. You can drag. If I can start to drag this to another location from here, I can do that. I can copy and I can paste. I can copy and maybe come down and paste it down. I can do as much as I want it. I don't need to explain further. Some of you already know that. So to copy to paste, that's easy. You can cut and paste. Ctrl X, Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, like that. So you can drag and drop. If you want to drag, you can, let's say you want to drag this. I've already highlighted it. You want to drag, you just place your cursor there. You can see I can start to drag this. Now I have dragged this down to this point. You can see there is a space there. It means that item has been dragged. So that's that. Now let's add, I want to change my layout now back. Let's say we want to add a text box. You can just come in, click on your inserts, look for a text box somewhere around here in text, click on text box. Now look at the way the arrow is placed. Just come in here and draw your text box. From here you can type in your text box. You can see, you can type in it whatever you want. Type. Let's say I'm typing quiz, for instance. You can type your text box. You can format your text box as well. So let's proceed further. Now, how do we resize our text box? Well, let's assume you want to resize your text box. Just come to the edge. You can see where now all these small circles here, they are called sizing handles. This small circle that surround this is called sizing handles. That's what helps you to adjust the size of your placeholder. So that's that. So now formatting text. Now how do we format our text? Let's come here. If I click on inside this placeholder right now, you will see a place here called fonts. A place called fonts here. Now you will see this is the font style, the font size, bold, italic, underline, shadow, and some other things like that. Now if you come to this place, you will see bullets, indents level. You will see the line spacing, the direction of your text, how you want your text to appear. As you can see, as I click on it, is changing. You can do as many things as you want with this. Now this is your font color. You want to change, let's say I want to change this color now. I can start to change this color to red. I just click on it. So my color has changed to red. You can do more with that. Then modifying text. You can decide to use this, align left, center, right, and justify. depending on how you want it. You can further align your text again to the top, to the middle, and to the bottom. You can also have more options of how you want to align it depending on how you want it. So this is not a one size fits all, but how you want your text to appear will always you can always have it. So that's just that. So let's assume you want your text to appear, let's say I needed let me pick this word, or let me insert a text box. I want to insert a text box, and this is a text box, and this is a star. I can decide to increase the font size, and I want to change the direction of this. I want to change the direction. Now you can see I can decide to place it this way. See how I've placed it. I can come back and change the direction to another. You can see you can stack it also. Want it to be on top of each other, you can stack it. Let's increase. Now look at the way it is. So as much as you want, you can do that with your text. So that is that. Let's continue to the next one. Applying themes. Good. I think our time is fast spent, but let's applying themes. Now, what are our themes? A theme is a predefined combination of colors, fonts, effects that can be applied to your presentation. A theme is a set of colors, fonts, effects, and more that can be applied to your entire presentation to give it a consistent professional look. A consistent. What do you do to pick a theme? Just come to design. Click on design. Now I have lots of design here that are already predefined. If you click on this, you will see all the design available, the custom, the office. So if I need a new design, I can just come in here and pick any one that I want for my presentation. Or you can even download any. Let's say you want this. Okay, this one does not match. Now, each theme is unique and it might scatter your work. But if before you start the work, you've picked your theme, you can always work in accordance with the layout of that particular theme and the color. Now, if I decide to pick this, look at the difference. It has changed. Everything here has changed, including even the text itself has changed. Now, if I pick on this, everything has changed again. If I click on this, these are themes, and there is still more themes. You can download more themes online. Now, each theme have the theme color, the theme font, the alignments, and the shape styles, they are all part of the theme, the themes, including the font styles. So whatever you want, you can always go, you can always get it as much as you want it, depending on how good you are at designing your presentation. So theme and the layout of each slide, they go hand in hand. Now look at the way this particular layout is right now. If I go to my design, I can pick another design here. This is another design in this place. Now look at another design here. You can see. Now I can still do further by editing this particular. Let's assume this is too dark for me and I want it to be brighter. I can edit it further. So once this is done, I've already applied this particular theme. Start. So I think our time is fast spent before. So at this point, let me ask, do we have a question at this point? Any question from anyone? Or do you want us to continue? I'm not able to accomplish all I wanted to accomplish tonight. I wanted to touch about 9 topics. I touched just 4. Theme, like I said, you can apply as much. Now let's search for more themes online. I want to search for more themes. Now you can see these are more themes that are available online. More themes that are available online. This is a design. This is so. As much as if you are connected to the internet, it will be easy for you to search for more themes online to help you, and you can design one by yourself. You can design one if you want. You can design one by yourself. So as you can see, there are more themes that you can apply or that you can use. So that is that. Let's proceed to the next one. The next one is, our next topic is going to be on inserting images. Inserting images. How do we insert image into our slide? Now let me come back to this particular presentation, and I want to insert image into this. So first, now I want to insert image. How do I insert image into this? Now, adding image to your presentation makes them more interesting and engaging. It makes them more interesting, not just story, but you have story as well as you have image as an illustration for your design, for your project. Now, how do we go about this? Now, I want to insert image into my presentation. What do? I just come into this place, click on insert. Now, look at here, it is called pictures. Now, in those that have, I think 2010 and 2016, here you're going to have picture, you're going to have clip arts. You're going to have clip arts here, where you can search for drawing, picture, or anything on your system and attach. Now, I want to attach a picture from my system. I can just click on this. Okay, I'm searching for a picture I want to attach to this particular slide. So I have one here. I can just click on it. So as you can see, I have attached this image. Now look at this. All these circles that surround this image, they are called sizing handle, as I've explained to us earlier. So you can make it bigger. You can edit your image further. If you want to edit it, you can edit it at this point. Now you can change the color from here. You can make it more artistic in nature. As I'm doing this, the color is changing. As you can see, you can make it more artistic by picking on anyone here. You can also go through color correction. You can collect the color depending on how you want it. So it doesn't have to be. So how you want it will determine how you are going to edit your picture or your image that is attached. Now, we'll get to the point where we're going to do a background remover of our image. If you want to remove background, just click on this and remove it. It will show us a background to remove. Now, we'll get there very soon. So that's that. Now, assuming I want to also attach, I want to insert picture, a stock image, that's online image. I can just click on it. Now it gives me option to insert various types of image. All I need to do is just search for health related image and attach. So these are options. Which one will suit me in this place? I can just come in here. Now, but you need to understand something. If you want to attach any image, by the end of this training, I'm going to give us some sites that can help us to get some free images, free videos, free icons that we can use so that we will not have copyright issues while we are doing our presentation. Now, let's assume I want to pick on this particular image. I can just click on this and insert it into my slide. It's already downloading. Insert it into my slide. So I will, this is it. So as it is here right now. Now at my right hand side is giving me designer options. So it's going to make my job easier. I can just come in here and just click on any, but for the sake of this training, let's resize our picture. I want to make it smaller. So I made it smaller just to fit in what I want. And let the placeholder for text is placed in the middle. I can start to come in here and click on the side and drag the placeholder backward to give me more room for my picture. So I can drag my image to make it bigger as it is here. So that's that. Now that is that. So we can continue further. Let's say we want to insert a screenshot. You want to insert a screenshot of your system. How do we go about that? Well, let's go. You want to insert a screenshot. Go to that insert. Look at this screenshot icon. Click on screenshots. Now, look at this. All the available screen on my system is here. If there's anyone I feel I want to insert, I can just click on this and insert it. This is what I want to insert. So I can just, this is what I want to insert. I can just insert it right here. This is what I want based on this. That's a screenshot. There's another one called screen clipping. Now, let me just go through. Here is a website. Here is a site, available site, and so on this screenshot, click on the arrow down. Look at what they call screen clipping here. You click on screen clipping on this. What do? Select the area that you need from what is on your screen. So I'm selecting this, just this. As you can see, as I select it, it appears on my slide. So screen clipping and screenshot, they are two of the same kind, only that one is subset of the other. So screenshot bring the whole screen onto your slide, while screen clipping is able to cut part of the screen and place on your slide, as you can see. So that is that about that. Let's continue. Okay, we talked about resizing of images. Then you can move your image by clicking on it and moving it to different portion of your slide. You can do that. You can go further in it. So that is that. Then applying transition. That's our next topic, transition. How do we apply transition? Now let's go. Transition are motion. Transition are motion effects that when in a slideshow, that's okay, let me just say, like, transition is the movement between one slide and another. That is, from one slide to another, we have what we call transition. So let's go. Here's a transition. Now look at this. If I click on here in the transition tab, we come in here. There are three categories of transition. You have the subtle transition, you have exciting, subtle transition, you have exciting, and you have dynamic content. Come in. Let me pick another. Okay, let's go with this right now. So look at it. Now you can see as I'm applying it. So this is the first part of it, reveal. So it depends on how you want it to appear. So this is it, your transition. Now I can go to the next section of it. In the exciting, I can, let's say, pick on this. As you can see, this is one aspect. Then dynamic, I can do this. This is it. So this one, it affects both the slide, the text, even the image on top of the slide is affected through that. You can see these are various transitions that we have. So you can try it all, and the one that suits what you want, you can always have that. Now once you've done that, you can apply it, and you can apply it on all. So if you want to apply it on all, just click on this, apply to all. If I click on this, if I go with this, let's say this is what I want, assuming I want this, I can just say apply to all. That's, you apply it to all your slide. Now you can set a duration. Look at this place. You can put a sound. There are various sounds here. Here we have applause. You can place it there. Different sound is here. You can attach it to it. You can advance your slide. You can put a duration. You can do as much as you want on it. You can also modify your transition. You can modify your transition. You can modify the duration For instance, we can come in here and increase our duration from 90 seconds maybe to 2 minutes. For instance, in this place, let's say you want your slide to be going by, you want it to be presenting by itself, you don't want to be touching it. You can set a duration which is here. You can set a duration which is here. You can make it on mouse click. That is to say, when you click on your mouse, when you let me put it on slideshow. Let me put on slideshow here. This is our slideshow. Now you can see the sound. I added applause to my transition. So the moment I click on it, it come up and the applause came up. Now you can say, okay, after maybe 2 minutes, let's say you don't want to touch your presentation, you want to be talking and you want presentation to renew itself. What do? You can just come in here and say, okay, maybe after 30 seconds you want the slide to change. After 30, you can just come in here and click on after. The one that was there before is on mouse click. At least if I click on my mouse, or it will move. But this one, I don't want mouse click. I want after maybe 10 seconds. For instance, after 10 seconds, I want it to change by itself. So I have stated that. So let me put it on. You can see. So this is, let's wait for a few seconds and see that this is going to change. So as you can see, I set a time of about 10 seconds and it changed. So now you may be presenting and you don't want to be touching it. You can set it that way. It will move. So, and if you want to remove your transition, you can also remove your transition. Let's go. Just click on none and apply to all transition removed. So that's if you want to remove a transition, you can do that. So that is that. Then that is that. So over to you right now. Let's does anyone ask a question, or is there any part that you don't understand from what we've been talking about since for over an hour? Kindly turn on your mic and ask or make your comments. Good evening, ma'am. Okay, to get okay. Can you see my mouse? Can you see my mouse hovering? Can you see my mouse on your ribbon? You will see the menu bar here. You have the file, you have the home, insert, draw, design, then transition. This is transition here. My mouse is on transition right here. So once you click on it, it brings out transition. Is your system open where you are? Okay, fine. So that is transition. Okay, any other question from anyone? Please ask your question, please. And after, don't forget to try it out after this. If you need files to practice, I can give you to practice with. So, any other question from anyone? Okay, I think we should end the class right now. I have 3 more topics to touch for tonight, but let's close it. I set 1 hour. I don't want to go beyond that. I've already gone beyond 1 hour already, so we can always continue tomorrow. So that is that. So thank you very much for showing up, everyone. I really appreciate you all. Okay, so please